think each sex one in dating? I mean, I guess the question is, do you girls have to go on dates to get sex?
No.
Do you?
Not at all.
What do you think? So, why do you date? If you go on a date with a guy, what is your plan? Like, what are you trying to get out of a date eventually?
Knowing you.
A relationship?
A relationship.
Not necessarily a relationship. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that like we have to be together.
We don't have to make this really convoluted and difficult as far as semantics of words. Getting to know someone in a way is having a relationship. I'm trying to establish a boundary for another conversation.
I mean, do you go on dates to not be in relationships with people? I just asked that earlier, and you'd be contradicting
yourself. Him and
yourself.
I have a relationship of friendship.
No, I mean like that exactly. Like I don't.
So there's no reason to just let's just go with the flow of the conversation. Getting to know each other, relationship. The bottom line is you're going on a date because you want to get to know this person on a deeper level, as opposed to just having sex with them. I use the word relationship.
I mean, I could still have sex with them.
Fantastic, but that's probably not the reason you're going on a date, right?
Say less.
You don't have to go on a date to have sex with someone.
Yeah.
You go on a date is to get to know someone,
Absolutely.
right? To have like some sort of connection with them, a relationship, whatever word you want to use. Why do you think men go on dates with women?
To scope out
Scope
their
out
options.
What? To do what?
Many things. Maybe, I mean, like now people do like the whole sugar life. Maybe you're the type of man to just want sexual favors in return of having, companionship to a certain level. I don't know. I definitely do think that all men think about sex for sure, just like every female, most likely.
Now, here's the difference. You're not going on a date to get sex because we established you can get sex without a date.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be aware. Every time you're sitting across the table with a man on a date, men have to date to get sex. Like, they have to do it. Now, some of them are maybe dating for a relationship. You're not going to know. So our strategies are much different. Mm-hmm. So when you're attracting this guy and you're saying, well, I don't know if he's trying to play me, he's doing this and all this stuff. He could, or he could not. But we look at dating as completely different. Dating is a necessity for most men to get sexual access.
I agree.
And that's just how it's going to be.
That's why, as a woman, I think it's interesting when men think that they could play these games. Like, I don't know what you're trying to do. Like, I know you're trying to fuck me. Like, immediately. Like, there's no reason why you should be talking to me. Like, in ways that you are. Like, when I get a DM from a random dude, do you think I'm like, oh my god, he totally gives a shit about my personality and, like, all this fun stuff? No, absolutely not. That's not where my brain goes. I'm like, you want to fuck me.
I want to ask...
I wouldn't say they all want to fuck you. I mean, most guys are looking for, like, companionship or relationship.
But
now, if you portray yourself as a certain type of woman, like he was saying, then maybe they'll put you in that category. Like, I'm just going to have fun with this girl.
Yeah. I think that a lot of men are looking for, I think not majority, but like some men are looking for, hey, maybe this could work out. Maybe this can be companionship. But the bottom line is that even regardless of that, what are you really looking for? It's for sex.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So it doesn't matter even if it is for companionship. The bottom line is it's sex.
Yeah. That's always going to be the case for both genders. Sex is going to be a requirement.
100%.
The issue is that for men, they have to date to get it. Unless you're like someone who's really like famous and you can just walk into a club and just like have a pick of a girl. That doesn't really happen. Women can do this. They can just go to the club and tell a guy, hey, you want to sleep with me, and that's it.
I think men can also do that if they have a certain figure to themselves, like obviously richer men, more men who dress more,
It's a status thing.
Yeah.
It's still be very difficult.
Yeah, but what we're saying,
a broke man, if he comes in a strip club with a suit on, most of the females that know what a rich man looks like, or even a broke man looks like, they're gonna want to bounce some booty, and get their money,
No, I'm talking about not pay to play. I'm talking about just they'll go home with him.
That's what I'm saying. It's the same concept.
Paying and tricking and paying for pussy is not the same.
Well, not having... Okay, like...
We're saying, like, you as a woman could go to a club and you can literally have a guy sleep for you with free. You don't have to talk to him, honestly. You could just...
A guy tricking and telling a stripper to go fuck him for money is not even close to the fucking
won't even fuck
what I'm saying is just not even the same, though. Like, you can't even compare those two things. Like, you're comparing, like, a woman's options to a guy who has money because he can just go buy it. It's not the same at all. It's not, if it's not genuine desire, it's not the same. Like if it's not because the person wants to fuck them, it's not the same at all. The guys are fucking you because they legitimately want to fuck a girl.
I don't think we have much disagreement on this anyway. I think we all understand that it's just easier for women to get sex.
Yeah,
I mean, that's not really
It's not.
disagreement.
Yeah, it's really not.
I guess the question I have is, so a lot of these guys, anyway,
I gotta go pee.
I hope you guys take my advice of like offering to pay. That's always a good thing. If you don't pay, it's not the end of the world. Like guys go in there and expect to pay. Yeah, I had an interest. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think like my biggest rule is like if I ask you out, I'm paying because I'm asking for your time.
Well, let's be honest. Most of the time, men are doing the asking.
That's true, but I
Okay.
think like that sucks, and I feel bad for men for that. I really do.
You shouldn't feel bad because, well, think about it. Why? Whose time is more valuable when it comes to dating, men or women?
Both.
No.
I think a female's
Both.
time is more important. I'm sorry.
Because you have like your body clock. If you want to have kids, if you can't afford in vitro and things like that, freezing your eggs, it's important for women. Men, it's important because like how much time do you have in a day if you're having to do all this work, like you guys say? If you have to work, you have to do all these things. How little time do you have?
No, that's true.
So then I think it's important for both. It's equal, but in different ways.
A woman's time is much more valuable because a man can always keep building himself up to God knows how many years until 50.
That's fair.
A woman's time is much more valuable because from 20 to like mid 30s is when you really have to focus. So you have to understand that if you are giving your time to a guy, it's not unreasonable to expect him to pay for it. And guys understand this. We don't complain about the world. We understand how this works. Most guys are not going to sit here and complain like I have to pay to take a girl out on a date. Other men will make fun of them. That's simply as simple as that.
Just sounds shitty. I'm sorry.
That's how the world works.
But it sucks.
That's-
But it sucks that it works like
It doesn't
that.
suck at all.
No, it doesn't suck at all. It's actually a good thing. Hypergamy is the greatest thing that ever
This is why
happened.
we're able to build this world because we have to keep pushing ourselves to do better.
If women didn't expect that out of us, then the world would not be how it is today. Everything that you see built, that's how it is. It would not be that way if men weren't fighting to have sex and to do whatever it takes to have families, which is go build shit and create things.
I mean, I live in a 1-bedroom apartment now. The only reason I bought a big mansion right now is because my girlfriend of 3 years is going to be moving in. I could live in a cardboard box and be happy. But I don't really, the only reason I'm doing all of this is because I want her to be happy. It's as simple as that. This is why we strive to do all this stuff. So it's not a big deal that if I have to spend money and time to take a woman on a date.
Yeah, but like, I want my partners to be happy with themselves too. Like if I can help you by taking things off your plate, by caring about you in ways that you think that
you
have
understand
to do
that you can take things off a man's plate in other ways.
Yes,
Like
sir,
it's not, you can't just like just financially. You gotta understand. Like perfect example, me and my girl, the amount of money I make per hour compared to what she makes per hour is such an insane difference that it's better for me to go work the hours, and then she can help me with other things that I don't have the time for.
So for example, I actually just got out of a 3-year relationship. We were together for a long time. We're still friends. I love that man. He's a wonderful person. We just knew that it was our time, that we were not growing together. And, we helped each other in so many ways. He made more than me by a lot. So he contributed more in those ways. I contributed in way different ways for him. Did all these other things where I knew that he couldn't. Because that's what a partnership is. It's picking up the other pieces where the other person's lacking. But it sucks that in these boxes, there's specific ones geared that you have to do something because you're a man. When I feel bad because I wish for you guys that there was more flexibility.
You don't understand how we think. This is the problem. This is really the problem. I had a discussion with my friend. She's actually an orthodontist. I'm still good friends with her. And she was telling me about her relationship issues. Like how she had this one guy that she was with and she had to pay for him, drive him around. And that bothered her. Like she's like, it just bothered me. I had to do it. And I told her, I'm like, my girlfriend, I get happy when I spend money on her. Like, I get happy when I take her on trips. Even my own girlfriend, she's kind of blown away by it. She's like, I just don't understand how you are, that you're so willing to just do stuff for me. And I look at her. I was cleaning my place the other day, and I see so many cards and stuff she wrote to me, like these love letters or what. I wrote her one, but I'm just not that type of guy. And I'm looking at these cards, cleaning the room, and I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, how can she just be so in love like this? Like, it just doesn't compute in my head the same way she can't compute in her head that I'm just so willing to just give money and pay for her. So it doesn't suck for us. Don't feel bad for us. We're just wired to do this. Like, I don't feel bad, like, when I spend money on I feel happy. So, like, it's a woman I love and care about, obviously. Not for someone I don't give a shit about, obviously. So you're not feeling bad for us. Like if I take a girl out on a good date and I have a good time, I'm more than happy to pay the entire bill.
This all goes back to a fundamental misunderstanding of something that you just don't know about. Like you're just ignorant to a certain thing, and that's the fact that there's something called hypergamy. And for all throughout history, for 300,000 years, for Homo sapiens, okay, women are hardwired. Like the software can change, okay, like every year, every decade, whatever. Like we can learn new things, and the environment can shape us into new people. But we're still always gonna be hardwired with certain traits that we've had for millions of years because we come from fucking animals, okay? So when you look at those hard wirings, women are literally hardwired to want a provider and a protector, because if 100,000 years ago, if you got pregnant and you didn't have a provider and a protector man, you and your child were dead. You're fucking dead, okay? So you're hardwired, your pussy is hardwired to make sure that you get a guy that is a protector and provider, and there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. If anything, it's the greatest thing to ever happen because it makes men have to work hard to become the best they can be. So like, we don't get mad about it. Any guy that does get mad about it, he's a loser. Guys who want to split the bill 50-50, they're losers. These are guys that don't believe in themselves. They literally have such low self-esteem, they don't even think they're going to be able to make it to the point where they can take care of a woman one day. They're red flags. And most guys today are these red flags walking around, and y'all think that, oh, it's so cool that he wants to be equal. And no, it's not that. You don't want that at all.
Hey y'all, Sergio here. I just want to mention I've created a completely free guide that shows you exactly how I went from having low confidence and being painfully awkward around women to easily meeting and dating numerous high quality desirable women in real life without the use of any dating apps or social media. So if you're struggling to get out there, if you have approach anxiety or don't know what to say or how to interact with women to make them want you, and are sick of using dating apps with low value girls that hundreds of other guys have been chatting with, click the link in the description below to grab your free guide right now. And if you want private mentorship with me personally to help guide you every step of the way in this process, check out my mentorship program in the description too. I would be happy to help you reach your dating goals and overcome any obstacle you may face. And trust me, if I can do it, you can do it too. I hope to see you soon. Peace out.